My name is Kevin E Leven. I am co-leader for the Bucks County Anti-Racism Coalition. We are a nonprofit that got started in 2020 to address racial inequity and injustice in our local community. What happened was I was born a Black kid in America in a well-off, privileged environment surrounded almost entirely by white people. All my friends were white. All my neighbors, except for 2 or 3, were also white. Growing up in that environment taught me to internalize a lot of racist ideas and ideals against Blacks and other minorities that those around me may not have even been aware that they were spreading. It undermined my self-worth. It undermined my confidence well into my adulthood. It also undermined my identity. I was repeatedly sent the dual messages of only fitting into largely white-dominated spaces so far as the situations and people involved would allow for, and being all but excluded from largely Black-dominated spaces for identifying too closely with white folks. I was always a supporting character and never a lead role in my own life. I see now how I consistently deferred to other people's ideas, especially of me, and their opinions, especially of me. My class also played a role. The fact that I was Black but well off meant I had internalized this sense that I was somehow superior to the other not so well off Black folks. In some ways, I'm still getting through it. Anti-racism is a process more than a finish line. And as such, I'm still learning. But more importantly, I'm continuing to find people who accept me for who I am and see value in me as a human, and prioritizing those people in my life. But more importantly than even that is I'm learning to prioritize me, and I'm learning how to unlearn some of those patterns that I learned as a child in my upbringing. Therapy has helped a lot. So I'm a big proponent of therapy. My therapist likes to say that therapy is like an owner's manual for your brain. And if you own a brain, anyone who owns a brain, it would be helpful for them to learn how to use it. I've learned a lot about myself. I learned how to use my experience mostly as a tool for hopefully helping others and serving as an example to others who can either relate to my situation or at least sympathize with it from the outside. I've learned that internalized racism is hard to spot. Let's put it this way. If it took me the better part of 40 years to spot and try to address my internalized racism, and I'm a Black man, I would be willing to bet that anyone out there could do the same. People love to deny that they're racist. And one of the things that they do is they point to examples of other people that are more racist than they are, especially overtly, and say, well, that's racism and I'm not that. However, the question shouldn't be, am I racist? The question should be, how am I racist, right? So racism it is less a who than a how and a what. And if you can frame the question in that way, then you're more open to seeing racism in places you didn't see it before. In yourself, for example. I know that's been true for me. Advice I would give to other people is be patient, especially with yourself. I would advise people to learn. There's a lot of people out there who think that they know what racism is and how racism works. And even the most staunch anti-racist advocate will tell you that you're really never done learning about it. So if you're of the mindset that it's not something you need to learn about and that it's not something that concerns you, no matter what your race or color, then automatically that's the wrong stance. It needs to be examined. And once you are able to identify racism anywhere, but especially in yourself, um, you're able to see it and take steps to address it.